Hi everyone, and today we're going to draw some anatomy together. I was gifted the sketchbook where you have a reference on one page and space to draw on the next one. Since I draw anatomy all the time, this sketchbook turned out to be a perfect present from my sister, and today we'll draw my very first sketch in it. I can say that it's a bit challenging to find clear shapes here because the reference I chose is drawn almost as sharply as the background behind it. So I want to add what references I am using for my arts and sketches, and if you can see, like all of my sketches that I draw already I used for that like real photos from real people, because it's much easier to actually see all the details and that you can actually work with your art style. But once you copying someone's art or trying to like draw the art that already was like drawn by someone, then you will like understand that people actually adding lots of their understanding how they want to make their art look like. So that's why I prefer to start with the normal real references. So this is my advice for you. If you just starting to drawing, keep going with the real references. I started by making the main guiding lines, the direction of the body with the center line, then horizontal lines for the shoulders, the waist, and the bottom of the hips. Within these guides, I can start building the structure using ellipses and circles that represent the body parts: arms, legs, the head, muscles. So here's my quick sketch so far. As I always teach, every body can be broken down into circles and ellipses. If you begin with simple, general shapes and leave the details for later, your drawing will be much closer to the reference and easier to work with. Once you've drawn all your basic shapes, you connect them with one smooth, continuous line that becomes the outer corner of the body. So these are the arms and legs I ended up with. Now I'm starting to shade everything. I use hatching to show the shadows. I decided to follow the artist's original hatching style. They use curved strokes, almost wrapping around the forms of the body, which helps show volume and makes the figure feel more 3D. But honestly, this depends on your personal drawing style. I'm using a soft pencil, I think it's like a 4B, and with it I draw the darker, sharper lines along the sides of the figure. If there are deep shadows, I darken those areas too to make the drawing feel more dimensional. I go over the whole body again, varying the thicknesses of my outlines, working on the legs, and this is how the quick sketch turns out. This is simply my style of drawing, but you can try different approaches. I have a few rules for myself. Start simple and detailed. Work with the muscles by first blocking them out as circles and ovals. Once those are placed correctly, the smooth final lines will come naturally. For pencil drawing, there are so many advantages. If you want to improve your anatomy skills, try to choosing unusual irregular poses instead of basic ones. Why do these things poses help you learn faster? Because they force you to notice odd curves, unexpected angles, and muscles you wouldn't think about otherwise. And those discoveries help you understand how the body is built. That's why I often choose references that took a bit weird or complicated. And in general, drawing with pencil is amazing. I never use an eraser because when you vary the pressure and use different pencil softness, the drawing doesn't really need erasing. The overlapping layers of softer and harder strokes actually add realism. If you keep erasing everything and perfection every line, the drawing ends up looking too clean and lifeless. So that's my advice. Another tip, in my style I sometimes add sharp, quick lines sticking out from the body. It gives the sketch more energy and movement. So that's the video for today with the anatomy tips. I hope you found them interesting and helpful. and that you'll use them in your own practice. That was Art Sibelka, and thank you for being with me today. Hope to see you again. Bye bye.